San Francisco has always been the gateway to America across the Pacific, and it is arguably the most important city in the West Coast North America. Many of the biggest tech companies are all set up around in the metro San Francisco area, strengthening its global recognition for the years to come. The city is located in the state of California in the West Coast United States. The city itself has around 900,000 people, but the metro San Francisco, also known as the Bay Area, has more than 7 million residents. This bustling city started all the way back in 1776 and has witnessed many historical events, including the Gold Rush, Born of the United Nations, and the uprising of gay rights movement. Today, it is an international tourist hotspot, and its reputation is among the same league as other world-class cities, such as London and New York. In this episode, I will show you some of the best places to visit in San Francisco with affordability in mind. For my first half of the trip, I stayed in a Courtyard hotel located near Union Square in downtown San Francisco. It is a mid-tier hotel brand and has a strong personality, which is reflected from the interior design you see. The best part of the hotel is the location, just minutes walk away from Union Square and the main road of downtown San Francisco, Market Street. Take a walk along Market Street towards the water and you will arrive at the Ferry building. Completed in the year of 1898, it facilitates most of the major ferry routes to other cities in the Bay Area. Continue walking up north along the piers to discover more picture-taking opportunities, especially during a sunny day like this. As you walk along the piers, you will notice a tower-like structure hiding in the skyline. That's the COIT Tower. On the map, it may seem nearby, but it couldn't be more misleading. To get up there, you need to overcome many slopes and stairs, but you will be rewarded by a panoramic view of downtown San Francisco at the top of this century-old building. The entrance fee is about $10, a small price to pay for this breathtaking view. Next up is the oldest and longest continuous running Chinatown in the Western Hemisphere, which is also located in downtown. Established in 1848, serving as a major neighborhood for the Chinese community and pivotal to the history and culture of ethnic Chinese immigrants to the United States, similar to the position of Vancouver to Canada. Now let's head to the neighborhood of Castro. And speaking of historical events, one cannot forget the accomplishment Harvey Milk and his comrades have achieved in the 1970s. Often regarded as the founding father of the modern gay rights movement, the equal rights that many enjoy today would not be what it is if it wasn't for him. And the neighborhood of Castro served as his fortress and battlefield. Only a short distance away from Castro are the Twin Peaks. The highest place you can get in the center of San Francisco, it has an unparalleled panoramic view of the city for you to contemplate everything you've seen so far one last time. In my second half of my journey, I stay in another Courtyard hotel, but this one is located in FISHERMAN'S WHARF. The location is fantastic, just minutes away from many major attractions, and the price was very reasonable too. It is located in the same city block as In-N-Out Burger, a famous California institution. It is the only outlet in San Francisco proper. New visitors to the chain, this is your opportunity. If you still have room for dessert, right beside is a famous donut place, Krispy Kreme. This location is one of the largest you'll find in the country. Some even consider it to be the flagship store in the West Coast. With all the food we had, now it's time to visit our first destination of the day. Head down to Pier 33. It is the only pier that can ferry people to the most visited paid attractions of the city, ALCATRAZ, a former prison turned tourist attraction and was decommissioned in 1963. It was visited by more than 1.4 million people each year. To get a complete guide and review of ALCATRAZ, I have made a separate video to show you if it's worthy of your time and money. The entrance fee is $40. It is definitely not on the cheap side, but we will discuss further in another video. After returning to the mainland, it's time to head up to Pier 39, arguably the most famous pier and the busiest tourist hotspot in the city. It doesn't get much love from the locals still, as it is often viewed as a tourist trap. However, as a tourist, this place is highly inviting. It is family friendly and full of eateries and entertainments. If you are a first-time visitor to the city, I don't think you'll be disappointed. Continue walking along the shoreline and you will arrive at Pier 45. Several museums are located in this pier. I highly recommend visiting the MUSEE MECANIQUE, a collection of arcade games from the past. It is free to enter, but you may choose to pay to play the arcade games. Right beside MUSEE MECANIQUE are two other museums which are former military sea vessels, the SS Jeremiah O'Brien and the USS PAMPANITO. If you have some extra cash to spend, I think it is quite cool to check one of them out. I chose to visit the submarine just because I've never been on one before. And now, it is finally time to head to the most iconic landmark of San Francisco, the Golden Gate Bridge. From the Fisherman's Wharf, it would take approximately an hour and a half to walk there, but I highly recommend taking this walk if the weather is nice like this. Of the Golden Gate Bridge becomes larger and more surreal as I walk towards it. But I got distracted when I saw this. The Palace of Fine Arts, located halfway between the Fisherman's Wharf and the Golden Gate Bridge. It is a monumental legacy of the 1915's Panama Pacific Exposition. It is free and open to the public. You can easily spend hours admiring its beauty and the serenity of this place. And finally, we have arrived at the Golden Gate Bridge. There is simply no other place in San Francisco that represents a city better than this. Whether you're talking about history or pop culture, this bridge remains as the city's most iconic structure, all the way from it was built in 1937, and it will remain so for the next few generations to come. The length of the bridge that is directly over the water is around 1 mile or 1.6 kilometers long. The highest point is 746 feet or 227 meters tall. It has experienced many earthquakes since the inception, but still standing strong even until this day. It is truly an architectural miracle.
I want you to see it. All we need is love.
Our final destination in San Francisco is the Land's End Lookout. Just don't forget to breathe, as this is the best spot to view the sunset in the city. As I watch the sun submerging into the Pacific Ocean, it reminds me of what a beautiful trip I had in this city. But all good things must come to an end. San Francisco surprises me in every single way. There is so much more for me to discover in the city, and I have barely touched the surface. Hopefully I'll return to this legendary city soon and witness more beautiful places San Francisco has to offer.